here's the political reality. For any of you who have been following CNN, BBC, TPP is dead. There is no single American presidential candidate that is backing TPP today. So I think that we should put this in the context of the realities. Without the United States as a market, there is no TPP, right? So I think that the way the dynamics are going in the US today, the chances for a TPP are slim to none. However, having said that, assuming that it was viable, assuming that it was going on, what do I think about international trade agreements? I think that's the real question. I think international trade agreements are good because it broadens our markets. It gives us access. However, they must be fair. They must give us the same opportunity to access their market as they have an opportunity to access ours. What's the sticking point in all trade agreements? Agriculture. Because other countries subsidize their agriculture, have export subsidy, they buy product from their farmers to enable them to stay alive. We are not prosperous enough to do that. So what happens when Archer Daniel Midlands, what happens when all of these industrialized, mechanized, huge American conglomerates come in and dump their product here? Whether it's rice, corn, vegetables, and so on and so forth, right? So I am very careful. I would be very careful. I've negotiated for the country, the JPEPA, Excellency. I was the trade negotiator for JPEPA. I was the senator who defended it on the Senate floor as a trade agreement. I think that trade agreement worked for us. We had access to the Japanese market. The Japanese market had access to us. There was an agreement that rice, which was sacred to the Japanese, would not be one of the items that we would trade among our two countries, and so on and so forth, right? The point I'm trying to make is, for TPP, as it stands right now, no, I would not be in favor of it because it will kill our agriculture sector. Is this hard and into the future? No, the question is, what are the terms of engagement? Look at the members of TPP. Singapore, no agriculture sector to protect. Brunei, no agriculture sector to protect. Remember, 30%, 33% of our people are dependent on agriculture. That's 30 million people. Yeah, Vietnam has 65 million people, and I think that this is a good discussion. Vietnam is a member, has subscribed to the TPP. What's the difference between Vietnam and us? Vietnam, one unitary landed country with Mekong River Delta as its irrigation field. Philippines, archipelago. We have to build our irrigation. So their rice is infinitely cheaper to produce than our rice. So I think that what we need to do is, we don't look at these things as ends in themselves. Trade agreements for our country should be access to markets, should be opportunities. If we do not find opportunity, if we do not find access, why go to it and just have the negatives? Because they intend to sell to us. Huh? They intend, to be part of a trade agreement, TPP, the other countries intend to sell to us. We must be very clear what we intend to sell to them, and is it viable? Because if not, lugi tayo. So for TPP, not only do I give you the answer, I give you the thinking behind it so that you understand where I would go and how I would act given the opportunity to be your president.